Hi there, it's me Danesh. Today I am going to be explaining about what are the training programs and the courses will be help you for getting better job opportunities in oil and gas, petrochemical and power plant and all other chemical plant, this kind of industries. Before going to the subject, I will give you a brief introduction of what are the stages on these industries. So maybe some freshers will be watch this video, they are not able to understand exactly which training program will help you for choosing the desired stages. So let's start. This video is dedicated only for the mechanical engineers. Okay, now our industry have 5 different kind of stages. First upon design. You can imagine that the design department, their responsibility to build the drawings and the design documents based on the international standards and the codes. So they are producing the drawings and the documentation regarding the design informations, calculations and all. So the second stage is fabrication or factory productions. In this stage, the design team, which they make the drawings and documentations, they will be sent to fabrication department or the production team or the factory. In the factory, they will be manufacture these items based on the design documents and the design drawings. Once it is finished the manufacturing process, these particular equipments or items will be going for the field installation. So the third stage is field installation. In the field installation, we have designated each equipments in different kind of locations. So in the field installation crew, these peoples, this department, these sections, this will be installed on the equipments and the piping and the structure, whatever it is, on the appropriate locations. Once we have installed all the items, then we can't be take direct operation, because maybe during the operation, for the initial operation, maybe some equipments not working properly, maybe some items not functioning properly, so it will have a chance for accident and huge loss. That's why there is other stages, commissioning, pre-commissioning and commissioning. In this department, in this stage, what they are going to do, they will operate each equipments and each components independently, exactly same like how they performing during the operation, but only individually. So at that moment, for example, for a pump, they will be operate this pump with water and they will be run this machine on the operating RPM. So they can be verify the pressure and the RPM, the vibration, all the noise and all the parameters, the temperature and all. So they can make sure, okay, this pump will be properly work during the final operations. So this is a stage of final operations. Once it is finished this pre-commissioning and commissioning stage, it will be handovering for the operation team and they will be make the production and it will be do the continuous operation. After that, usually during the operation, after maybe few months later, few years later, it have a chance for damage some items, failing some components. So there is a maintenance team will become for repairing and maintenance. So these are the 5 different kind of stages finished. When the plan, there is another department is planning and scheduling, and they are giving instructions and for when it should be start, when it should be finish these activities. They are making the progress and sequence of activities, these kind of things. Now we can discuss about design. What are the contents of the design? Here you can see that the design there is static equipments, rotating equipments, structures, piping and MEP. Here in the section of fabrication and the production, here is also static equipments, rotating equipments, piping, structures, MEP, painting, welding, this kind of activities. In this case of field installations, static equipments, rotating equipments, piping, structure, heavy lifting, painting and coating, welding, MEP. In this section, testing and commissioning. Here is only some mechanical. Here in this case maintenance, this mechanical and condition monitoring. Now we will be explain each items, what is exactly how it is working for, what is the function that. Here you can see a pump. This pump will be transfer fluid from this tank to the static equipments through the piping. The tank is a static equipment because there is no any rotating components, but this pump is a rotating equipment because it's having the motors and all. It's rotating parts, so it's a rotating equipment. Here is a piping. Piping, you can see from the factory they will be sent as separate individual items, pipe, elbow, like this. At the field we'll do the welding to joining these items. After that you can see the static equipment. It's a pressure vessel. This is resting on the supporting structure. This structure also is sending as an individual piece. At the field we will be do the assembling. You can see that part 1, part 2, part 3, this. So the NDT, they will be verify the defect and the quality of the weld joints. And the painting is required for the factory as well as at the site. Heavy lifting, because you can see that this static equipment is resting on the top of the structure. So we need to lift this item from the ground to the top. Maybe this is heavy item, so we need heavy cranes and we need to verify the capacity of the crane and all by the experts. So this is a heavy lifting activities. So I hope now you got the overall picture of a plant, the disciplines, how this is working on it. Okay, now I will be explaining about which of the course will help you for each sections. Now you can see the discipline here and corresponding. The red is international codes and standard which you need to be. This is not the training program or certification. This is only the codes and standard. You should have the knowledge about it. And the ASME means American Society for Mechanical Engineers. And for the pressure vessels, you can take the training program of AI, Authorized Inspector, and API 510. API 510 for in-service pressure vessels, but the AI for Authorized Inspector for the new pressure vessels. This is different. The rotating equipments, this no need any training programs or certification, but you have to understand about the API. API means American Petroleum Institute, and ASME and ISO standards. And here you have the structure, so same the ASME and the ASTM, and stress analysis. This is a training program. It will be better. Here the welding. You should have the knowledge about the ASME session 9. This ASME session 9 is only dedicated for the welding. The training program is AWS, American Welding Society. This is American standard. This is CSIP. This is a British standard. Here the painting. This is NACE, also National Association of Corrosion Engineers. This for the American standard. BGAS is the British standard. NDT is ASME session 5 is specifically for the NDT, and the level 1, level 2, level 3, these are the certification program. Heavy lifting, CLIA is the piping, ASME and API, this is the codes as we said before, and additionally this is a PDMS, this is software, piping designing and modeling. This one is for the piping, and for the stress analysis it's also for the piping. Condition monitoring, ISO CAT 1, CAT 2, CAT 3, these are the certification programs. And planning is a primeware. This is software for the planning. So these are the green the certification or courses will be help you for getting better job opportunities on the correspondence sections. So these are the brief introduction for the training courses and the programs, and the upcoming videos I will be give the more details about each discipline and many working principles and all the things. So you should be make sure to turn on the notification icon, and I need your like and support for making another videos. So please don't forget, like and share. Okay, have a nice day.